Good morning, everyone. Let me make sure this video is silenced. Yes. Good morning. I was just sitting here reading the chat and then looked at the time. I'm like, oh, it's time. Um, Welcome, everyone. We had so much fun last night. Thank you to all of those who watched last night. If you didn't watch last night, then you can go and watch that later. It is a 2-hour video, but there's lots of inspiration and lots of fun chat. You learned a lot about all of us last night. There were 4 of us product experts in the video, and we learned about each other, and there were lots of prizes. And so if you missed that, it's a great video, I think, to listen to and to glance up at when you're crafting. Be great to watch. And the chat was going crazy. I'm going to have to rewatch it and read all of the chat last night. Okay, so some of you may be new here. I think I see some new names here. If you're new, raise your hand or give us a thumbs up or say I'm new in the chat today. And oh, Ronald Kruger, you're amazing. He says, so glad I could make it. Love all of you. All right, so today we're doing, it's 11 a.m. on Saturday morning. We do this every Saturday morning here on YouTube, and we're also on Facebook and in my Facebook group, Cricut Design Space, and in my Patreon exclusive Facebook group. And we have giveaway $5. So to get in the chat on YouTube, you do have to be subscribed to my channel. That's completely free to subscribe to my channel. So come on over to YouTube, get in the chat, and subscribe. And we also need some questions for today's class. So today is a Q&A. You ask questions, and I will answer them. Sometimes, they say it's frozen. It is. Okay, are we back? I think we're back now. I'm getting a green light. Okay, we're back. All right. Whenever I see you guys say we're buffering or frozen, I do try to stop so you don't miss anything. I don't know when I was speaking though. You do have to be on YouTube and in the chat and subscribed to be able to get into the giveaway. It's free to subscribe. Oh, and I was saying this is a question and answer, and I need your questions to answer for Design Space. It's not a project question and answer. It is a Design Space question and answer. So make sure your questions are in all caps so we can see them. And I'm reading your chat as I'm talking. Make sure your questions are in all caps so I can see them better. All right? Okay, so while we do that, we're going to do the shout outs. So go ahead and add some questions, and then right after that, I'll tell you who won this week for the giveaway for the hashtag #WhatILearnedMelody. And thank you for subscribing. Here's a shout out to a few of the people who support this channel on Patreon. Peggy, Dawn, Jolene, Carla, Ron, Signs of Awesome, Linda, Joy, Kathleen, Gloria, Debbie, Kathy, Debbie, Diane, Deborah, Terry, Shelley, Estee, Terry, Huntress Habits, Diane, Mariette, Diane, Janice, Mary, Gail, Sherry, Jean, Christine, Tammy, Misty, Donna Marie, Paula, Darlene, Ginger, Joan, Erica, Kim, Grandma Sparkle, Purple Paisley, Planner, Rindy, Connie, Tammy, Kathy, Bobby, Melissa, Amy, and Bonita. And a huge thank you to my VIPs. Okay, welcome, Catherine. Thank you for becoming a channel member. And my son is standing right next to me.
I received this in the mail to give this to you in a live video from your Zoom group.
From my Zoom group. Okay. Oh, how cute. Okay, I gotta show you guys real fast. So those of you who support my channel, what happens in the Zoom stays in the Zoom. The Real Housewives of Cricut. And there's names here. Like different names on the sleeves. For those of you who support my channel, I have a crafty Zoom that is open 24/7, and you can go into that Zoom and craft with everybody. And these are some people that are in there all the time that are crafting together. Not all the time, but so thank you. I know this is from Jill because I know she just sent me mail and Alex opened it. Thank you,
sent to my
guys.
house.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Jill sent me something. Okay. Well, thank you guys. You're awesome. Okay, now we want to share the winner of the hashtag What I Learned Melody. So let me switch cameras and I'll tell you how to enter. So Ann Snell is the winner. So all you have to do to enter this is to share one of my videos, share hashtag What I Learned Melody, and share this on social media, like on Facebook or Twitter, and make sure it's public, or in a Cricut group that I am in so I can see it. And you also have to share a few sentences of what you learned. The reason I do this is because so many people ask so many questions that I answer in all my videos. And so I just want people to share maybe what they learned so other people can learn. Oh, she learned that. I need to know that. That's the video I need. They just click on it, and so more people can learn. So Anne, welcome, Patricia. Anne, you need to contact me going to my website, melodylaneinspired.com. That's this right here, and then click on contact, or just scroll down to the bottom of the page and let me know the date of this video, because if you're not live, it may be another month when you come back and see this video. Enter or tell me your name and your email and the date of this video that you won. Okay, we had a few questions. Here's a shout out to a few of the people who support this channel on Patreon. Whoops. Peggy, Dawn, Jolene, Carla, Ron, Signs of Awesome, Linda, Joy, Kathleen. I already did that. I forgot to turn off the shout outs when I switched back. Okay. Let me get these questions real fast. Jamie has been busy helping me with questions. Thank you, Jamie. One of the questions is, will Offset ever come to iOS? Yes, I think so. They have rebuilt the iOS and it's in beta now. You might have gotten an email to join the beta. I suggest you do. Offset is not there yet, but it may come. Okay. Thank you, Jamie, for grabbing all of these questions from the chat. Okay, let's get to Design Space. And let's switch cameras so you guys can see it too. Thank you, Ronald. Ronald says thumbs up, everybody. Please give Melody a thumbs up. Is Nightbot not on? Nightbot should be on. Nightbot is active. Okay, can you show how to do curved text? Yes. I'm going to type in, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to hit enter. Has to be on the same line. Happy birthday. Click the curved text. Go like this. You can go that way, or you can go the other way. It has to be one line only. If you want, you could do 2 lines, but you cannot curve text now. I could click this and ungroup 2 lines. So if you click advanced, you can click ungroup 2 lines, and now we have 2. So I could curve them one at a time, and I could do that, and then curve this one and curve the opposite way, and kind of do that. So that is how to curve text. I don't know if you have any other questions on that. Can you show how to change the pattern inside of a circle like the Starbucks or symbol? Starbucks symbol. I don't know what you mean. Can you show how to change the pattern inside of a circle? I think it depends on the image. If you upload a Starbucks symbol and you're uploading it, you can't change it if you have it as a print and cut. That's just not possible. If you, like, if I were to put this in a circle, my computer's running slow today. And we're going to change the color of the background. Send this to the back. Whoops, I just sent it backwards. Like if we were to do something like that, if it's flattened, or if this is just uploaded as a print and cut, you can't change it if it comes that way. But, oh, maybe you mean like with contour? What I'm going to do is slice this. Send this to the back. You can only slice if you're new to slice. You can only slice 2 layers at a time. So I am only selecting 2 layers, as you can see, and I'm slicing. If I were to go through the whole thing, slice would not work because all of these layers are selected. When you slice, you pull it out. So now I have all these. If you mean something like this and you want to change the letters, you can click contour, but I can't. Why can't I click contour? Oh, because I still have it as a print and cut. I didn't even know I had it that way. Okay, so now we're back to this, and you can contour and change the letters, or take these out. You have to click the inside and outside of the letters. I didn't do all of them, but you can see I could click contour and hide all contours, and then I just have the circle again. I can always come back and bring them back if I want to. Don't have this one. The middle of the A. So you can do that. Okay, Lena's backyard is having trouble sizing and determining the right size font for the project. It is so confusing. Some words come out blurred. I don't know what you mean or how they could come out blurred. Um, what I would do, I don't know what project you're talking about, but I would bring in a shape the size of your project. So if you measure something and it's, let's just say it's 8 by 10. Let's unlock the lock and put 10 here. So now we have, let's make this white. This is 8 inches by 10 inches. And you can, let's move it to the back. Range it to the back. You can then put your words on and put them in whatever size you want. Probably don't want that curved. Oh, see, I can't change this from curved now because I sliced it through. So now I can't change that. No, it's stuck on curved. But I just do what looks good and how you want it. You just have to decide what you like best. What is the best way to line up two objects? Example, 2 boxes next to each other. Okay, I'm gonna delete these things. We're gonna make this smaller. You can go. Let's just duplicate this. Okay, so if I want to line up 2 things next to each other, let's say I want 4 of these in a square. I want them a little closer together. And they're not perfectly aligned. They almost look like it, so I'm going to make them unaligned. Okay, then you select them both, click Align, and these I want to align top. So now they're perfectly aligned. I'm going to duplicate these and move some down here. Now if I want to make sure these are perfect, I'm going to select the 2 on the left and I'm going to align left, select the 2 on the right, align, wrong button, align right. I could select these and align bottom, and then I have perfect together squares. And you can select these and group them. Now they're grouped, and let's say this is how I want them to go. When I click Make It, click on a mat because I'm on the Maker 3. They are not aligned as I wanted them on the mat. So hit cancel. Group does not do anything on the mat. So these are grouped together. We can see group, but group does not take it any further than this area right here. If you want them to cut as they are, and this includes text and images, you want to attach. You do not need to group. I'm going to ungroup them because so many people say you have to group and attach. You don't have to group. See, they're not grouped any longer. All you have to do is attach. Okay? And when I hit Make It now, I should just select a different machine so I don't have to do that. They will cut out just like this. Okay? Also, when you want to change colors, let's detach so they're not, because I want to show you something. If you want to change colors, you can select it like this and change the color, or you can select it in the Layers panel and change the color, or you can select all of them and change the color of all of them at once, or just 2 of them. You don't have to do one at a time. if they were attached or welded, they all change to the same color. That is because they go onto the same mat. Okay, next question. Is it possible to have two machines going on at the same time? I know about the window, but I'm asking specifically about machine. Yes. So you can use, I think you can use Design Space through USB, then open a new window and do it through Bluetooth to a different machine. And then you can also have one going from your phone to another machine or a tablet to another machine. You can have as many machines as you have devices. Can you do a summary of changes in the iOS app that some of us had the opportunity to beta test? I will do a video on that, Joanne. One of the features they added to the iOS right now in the beta is kerning fonts. But I'll do a whole video on that. I don't even know them all. I haven't spent a lot of time in it, to be honest. I so want to go to the Zoom and I'm a member but can't figure out the info to get there. Okay, I will share a link to the crafting Zoom again. It's posted on Patreon and in the YouTube community for my members. So it is in there. You might have to scroll down through some of the posts. Can we take 11 seconds to remember the families of 9/11 victims? Yes. Please take 11 seconds to remember the families. It's a 20-year anniversary today. Okay, Tina says, could you give me an extra tips on putting my foil paper on the mat for foiling smoothly? I can't get it straight on my projects tear during cutting. I have lots of videos on the foiling. Maybe you should watch those again. You put the foil on top of the cardstock to foil, but then before cutting, you have to take the foil off. Can the ruler be changed from inches to centimeters? Yes. Click on the three dots, not three dots, three lines. It's called a hamburger menu when you see the three lines here. So click on that and click on settings. And then you can change the grid, although I just click this little button, this little square in here, I'll show you that, to change the grid. And you can change from imperial to metric. And saving, I always suggest to save, well, on here doesn't matter. If you're on iOS, I always suggest to save to the cloud if you're on the mobile devices. But here it doesn't matter. If you have bad internet and you want to use Design Space without internet, or you go to crops with the same computer you're using now, then save to cloud and computer. That way, if you are offline, you will always have the options for those images and fonts and stuff that you save for the projects that you save to the cloud and the computer. I always have internet, so I just save it to the cloud only. Oh, and how do you kern fonts? Okay, wait a minute. I skipped some of these questions. Let me go back. Can ruler, okay, we just did that one. Please read the chat for some of the questions too, because especially Jamie is always answering questions in the chat. If you do a circle in a circle, I'm not sure what you're talking about. How do you kern fonts? So right now, it must be somebody's birthday because I keep typing in happy birthday. Thank you so much, Virginia. That was very nice of you. So when you go here and you click on font, it will only show you kern fonts. So that is all you need. You don't need to do anything else. They're already kerned unless you take that off. And what I mean by take that off, I mean uncheck this. Then you're going to get a lot more fonts that are maybe not kerned. I don't know if this one's kerned or not. No, that one's kerned. When you turn it off, you don't know which ones are not kerned. Can't tell. Let me go to Cricut because this one might not be. Okay, this one is not kerned. When they're not kerned, what it does is the end of the H, see how far over this H is here? Let me make that bigger for you. It ends right here, so it's spaced correctly, but if it was kerned, it would probably be scooted over so it looks a little better. So if you choose a font like this that is not kerned, you can go to advanced, you can go ungroup letters, or you can just ungroup and then select it and use your keyboard so you can scoot them over without, go one more. I'm going to scoot both these over. You can scoot them over without moving them up or down. Like you can tell these could be scooted way over. So if you don't want to do this type, then just go ahead and keep it checked and use fonts that are only kerned. Okay. Show where linked cartridges are. Yes, that is a great question. So every Friday I do a video on the new Images and Design Space. And I show this. So first, if it comes up like this, what we want to do is click on all images. So we come to the categories page. And then under highlighted categories, we click on image sets. And then to find, the top ones are usually the most recent. I'm going to see if there's any new ones since our video last night at 4 o'clock. Ooh, and there are some new ones. These are new. Joyful Blooms, 40 images. Ultimate Pillow Design, 62 images. Delicious Sweet Treats, 40 images. Ornamental Design, 77 images. Retro Cartoon Objects, 99. They must have put these in after 4 p.m. last night. Western Outlaws, Script Pantry Food Labels, Printables. Delicious Sweet Treats, 2. Deluxe Shapes, 44 images. Christian Easter, 41 images. Wow, there's so many they added last night. Okay, and then these we did see last night. So to find the ones you own, all you have to click on is ownership and then click on purchased. And then it will show the ones you own. If you don't own any and you don't have access, you can click on free and it will show you the free ones. There are 72 image sets that are free right now. Is there a way to make an image stay in place on the canvas, like locked in place so you don't accidentally move it? No. There's not a way to do that. But the canvas isn't anything but a design area. Oh, and I wanted to show you this. You can click up here in the corner between the ones, or between the zeros here, and you can change the grid. It's kind of hard to see that grid. Let me, there. What's the best way to foil on acrylic? I've never tried foiling on acrylic. How do you add a score line? Okay, let's say we want to add a score line to this. All you do is click Shapes, click on Score Line, drag the score line over. You can drag it as long as you want. You can also change it to exact size here, up here under size. And what I normally do is select it and align center. So it's going to go right in the center and not on any of those boxes. But if we wanted to actually put it on the box, we would select it and attach it. And then it would score these squares right here. Okay, here's a question from Denise. Sometimes when I am making a project and it is cutting, my maker says blade stuck and I follow the instructions, I have to completely get out of DS and start again. Why is that? Sometimes if you put your material on your mat too close to the edge, wait, I didn't mean to do that, but let's go ahead and click Make It. So I can show you. Let's go down here. So sometimes if it's too close to the edge, especially with chipboard or something thicker, you might want to pull this away from the edge so the blade will not go off of the material. Like if you put this here and you put your material only right there where your material is too close to the edge, that's when that tends to happen. So maybe pull your image down a little lower and put your material up to the top of your mat and to the left of your mat, so the blade is not coming off of your material. How often should you calibrate your machine? You only have to calibrate it for print and cut and the knife blade, and I don't even think you have to the new machines unless you're having a problem. So you don't do it unless you're having a problem. And when do you side edge cards? It always has to be print and cut. No, it doesn't have to be print and cut at all. You don't have to use print and cut. Okay, I'm looking through the chat for more questions. If I accidentally crease my infusible ink, will it show on a mug? It depends, I think. I don't know. It might show. Can you print and cut on any type of paper? Yes, but if it's really shiny paper, your machine may not read it well, but you can put like a matte Scotch tape over the lines so the machine can read the lines better. Somebody on Facebook is asking, can you discuss the difference between the blade options? I need to get a new one, but not sure what kind to get. I mainly cut vinyl and HTV. So then you just want, for that one, you just want the premium fine point blade. Remember to get into the chat for the giveaway. We also have a supporter hangout after this today. So all supporters can watch that video. It's not public, but supporters of $5 or more get to be in the video in the Zoom. Do you still have to weld kerned fonts? That's a great question. No, it welds them for you. Isn't that amazing? The machine is smart. I'm looking for more questions. There's so much chat. Are there any special settings I need to use to engrave on acrylic keychain? No, you just use the engraving. I do have videos on that. I didn't use a keychain, but I engraved on acrylic. Okay, Judy's asking, those 4 squares will just cut out of a piece of paper and be separate. Yes. Do they need a backdrop? It just depends on what you're doing your project on. Okay. Do you have a video about how to use images in Design Space? Like when you say these are draw images are good for infusible ink. I don't know what you mean exactly. So when you go to images in Design Space, let's go to clear. Let me find one that has, I don't know what you mean by use them. Okay, like this one, it has, see these gray ones that have just one color and then little lines? That's going to be a draw. This one is just an outline. This one is layers. But it doesn't have the solid one more for infusible ink. Okay, let's click on these. Abby explained oh, now I have the hiccups. Abby explained this image set in our Cricut Crafty chat last night. So let's bring these in. Each card comes in the layers, it comes in the drawing, and it comes in the black and white like this. So let's insert these. You will always see what you want clicked on here, and then you can always exit them out if you decide you don't want it, but I do. So let's bring that in. Which video was it where we were supposed to comment on to in the Maker 3? That is last week's video. Last week's class. So if you want to win a Maker 3 bundle, make sure you watch last week's class, because for one, you learned a whole lot. There were a lot of things to learn in last week's class. And if you watch, you'll learn how to enter to win a Maker 3 bundle. Oh, wrong camera. Thanks. I forgot I put it on me. Okay, so I brought these images in from one of the sets. So this one we can see it's straw because it's just one color and then it has really thin lines. This one is just one layer, and this one is layers. So because we can see the colors, so we know it's layers. If you look over here in the layers panel, you can see all the layers for it. This one you can use with vinyl. I would not use paper to cut it out because you can see the graph through it. That means there's nothing there. And you would have to, all these little black pieces, you would have to place those in space, in its space. That would be really hard with paper. So I don't suggest it. One easier way, if you wanted to do this with paper, I would duplicate it, contour, hide all contours, so it's just solid. And I'm going to change this to a different color just so you can see better. We're going to move this one to the back, put this in front. I'm going to duplicate this again. Now this one I'm going to change to draw. Under operation, you can go under draw, click on pen, and then align, center, attach. So if you wanted to cut this out with paper, you would now know where each piece goes so you can get it in the proper space. Because when this cuts out, all these little pieces will be separate. They're not all connected because you can see the graph through it. Let me zoom in and maybe that will help. So you can see the graph through that. So that is clear. So each letter you would have to place in spot. That's why I say don't do paper. You could do infusible ink. This would be beautiful with infusible ink. And this one will draw. You can change the color of the pens if you wanted to. And they come all attached together, so it will draw on there. And this one is layers. So I would do this with vinyl also because all of the pieces, it would be hard to place in the correct spot. Has anybody learned anything yet today? I see a question. Can you explain why you flatten and turn off bleed for print and cut? Many don't understand this. So you would not turn off bleed for print and cut. If I were printing this one, I'm going to go ahead and flatten and click make it on a mat. And this is the print and cut. If I continue, oh, my maker's not plugged in. Now it's going to spin. Here, I can just click send to printer. It will put a extra line around the outside of the print. And that extra line is there to make sure it cuts properly. So when it cuts, you don't see any white. Let me cancel this so you can see. I'm going to unflatten it. So then it will, they're all still print and cut. So let me click make it. So now they all print separately, and you can't see the bleed on it. But when it prints, Oh, wait. I want to click that. I always use the system dialog when that happens, and sometimes that pops up behind design space. So you have to sometimes move design space around so you can find that. But once it's printed, it will make these look blurry and blobbed. Oh, maybe that's what that person was talking about when she said blurry in one of my first questions. I didn't understand the blurry thing. So the blurry thing, it will look blurry. If these were letters, they would look totally blurry. You might not even be able to read them. When that happens, it is because they will cut out like this because they're not flattened onto anything. Oh, and here it doesn't even have them out. Let's click on this one. Let's go back up to print, send to printer. That's not a very good color that we can read, but once it's printed, it will look blurry. But we want it to look blurry if this is the way we want it to cut. If your letters look blurry, it's going to cut out each and every letter. So having bleed on one will tell you why it's blurry or that you have it set wrong. So if it's blurry, you usually want it to cut out the outside of an image. So you need to flatten it. That's the only reason things would be blurry. So now I understand why she was talking about blurry, because I didn't understand that. When you flatten it, notice all of these are separate. When you flatten it, it turns it into one image, and it will only cut out where it's on the outside. So like this one, we could change this to print and cut. We cannot flatten it because it's only one image. But we can go here and change it to print and cut. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to cut out the outside and inside and every single letter. Do we want to? Do we want to print this so I can show you? Send to printer. I'm going to do this. Click print. And then this spins. And this was behind it. So this is how it's going to print. Oh, I don't even have to print it. It will show you right here. I wish I would have known it showed you that before. But mine, it never shows things blurry. It just shows because I know how to do it, I guess. When it prints, it's going to look like this. I don't know if I can make this bigger. I can't. It's going to print like this. See how that looks all blurry? But when it cuts, it's going to look like this, although this is going to cut out every single detail. So there's absolutely no reason to print and cut this image because it would be the same as if you cut it on anything else. Now, let's hit cancel. Let's cancel this. Let's cancel again. Now, if I wanted to do this, let's move this to the front, range to the front. If I wanted it like this, I'm going to center, so align and center, and oh wait, I gotta flatten it. So now it's only going to cut out the outside. We're not going to see that this is blurry. Okay, so see, oh wait, I have to do this first. Send to printer, then dialog box, and print. And then this box clicks, I see it behind it. Now see how it looks good? Except for the outside, there is a little bit darker, wider line on the outside. That is there, so when it cuts, it doesn't accidentally show any white if it were to cut off. You know what I mean? Like if it were to cut where it's not supposed to, it'll still be black and nobody will notice. Okay, have you guys learned something today? Um, Also, I have a lot. Can you explain the different levels of Patreon? Let me see if I can sign into my son's account. Because me being logged in, yeah, I can't sign into my son's account. His password was saved on my computer. Okay, let me show you. Okay. Oh, he's still supporting me at $15? I gotta change that. I'm gonna make that so he doesn't support me anymore. I didn't realize he was. I made him support me at $15 to show in a video of how to upgrade. So if you sign into Patreon and go to your home, it will show you who you're supporting. If you're supporting more than one person, it will go down here and click on that. Okay. So if you want to go to my page, you know what? Here. I'm gonna cancel his membership. But I'm gonna go up here to the circle icon of your name and manage memberships. And I'm gonna edit. And here's how you can upgrade to annual. I know a lot of people have asked that before. Edit or cancel membership. I'm going to cancel membership. Because I want to show you guys what it looks like. And then there is a survey, and I never know who the survey is from. So if you fill this out, you can go ahead and fill that out, but I don't know who fills out what. So I'm going to skip that. Okay. Okay, I'm on Melody Lane Post. So what I want to do is just go to patreon.com/melodylane. And why is it going there? He's not supporting me anymore, right? Yeah, it says become a patron. Now you guys get ready to chat in the chat so you can be entered to win. Why is it going to post? It's my browser that's doing it. Okay, let me see if I can bring up this on. Oh, then I can't sign into his account. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Okay, here's what I'm trying to get to. If you go to patreon.com/melodylane and not be my Chrome browser and want to go to the other one, here are 3 levels. With the $2 levels, you do get over 1,000 of my Design Space files. So you can click here and see all the benefits for only $2. You can also save 12% if you pay annual. If you click on the gold level, you get invited into the Zoom, which is happening today. Thank you, Jeanette. Now this is Patreon. This is different than membership on YouTube. So you get all of these things. For $7, they add the shout outs. And then there's more levels. For this, you get personal design space classes, but you have to let me know you want them. And we set up a time that we can have for those. Also, $15 is where you get my enamel pins. So let me show you my pins. Oh, these two were from last year. There's 4 of them, but I only have 2 in this card. I don't know where some of my other cards are. But there's there's 4 for every year. The first year we had 5. But you get an enamel pin every 3 months. There's certain months. So this is September. So the next pin is being sent out Monday for people who supported at $15 for July, August, and September. And then for October, November, and December, a new pen will be shipped out in December. And then there's, oh, I gotta switch cameras. There's $35 level, and it goes up to $100. And you just have to click the more and just read these. If you have any questions about any of these, just message me or email me. I will be happy to answer any questions. What do you have to be to participate in the Craft Zoom? In the Craft Zoom is only $2. I don't have that in here yet because that's kind of a new thing. But in the Craft Zoom, you only have to be a 99-cent member on YouTube. And you can get into that Craft Zoom and craft anytime you want. Okay. So the crafting Zoom that happens every day. Welcome, Holly. Yes, I have a stuffed cutie behind me. Cricut used to sell those many years ago. Okay, we need more likes to do the giveaway. So everybody click that like button. Tell me what you have learned. Tell me in the comments what you have learned in Design Space. In this class. We have a question, is the veneer easy or hard to work with? It can be fragile, but normally it's pretty easy. Explain the Craft Zoom again. So I have a Zoom link that I share with my supporters, and they can go in there and craft. You might go in there and might not be anybody there, but leave it on and somebody might join you. I know in my Patreon Facebook group, they'll mention that they're going to be there. I know on the weekends, they are there like all night long, I think. They, sometimes they're crafting all night long. It's just a great, especially if you're alone right now and you want to craft, or you don't have any friends to craft with, you can go on that Craft Zoom and craft with other people. We just ask you don't have your TV loud or, a lot of noise going on in the background, and you get to craft and chat and that with other people. Jill says people go in almost daily. Jill is one of them. What mat do you put the vinyl on? I cut almost everything now on the green mat, so I use the green mat for vinyl. I see Jamie's answering a question. Bernice, to get to use the cute emojis, you need to be a $1 supporter on YouTube. So that is a membership. It includes a cutie badge next to your name and the extra cuties. Can someone show the cuties? I'm so glad you guys are learning so much. Are we ready for the giveaway? What are the benefits of being a YouTube supporter? So when you click the join button underneath on YouTube, it tells you the benefits you get for that. You get the badge next to your name. You get the emojis. That's pretty much it for the 99 cents. Oh, and you get into the craft Zoom, which I haven't changed that and let you know that. But you do get to do that. And the $4.99 supporter on Patreon, you get all of that. Plus, you get all of my Design Space files. There's over 1,000. And I'll tell you what, guys, the cheapest way to get all my files and get the cutie emojis, 99 cents on the join button under YouTube. You get all the emojis, only 99 cents. And then if you want all of the images too, go to Patreon for only $2. So it'll cost you $3 to get both the emojis and the Design Space projects. I try to tell you the cheapest way. Oh, wait, that's not the cheapest. The cheapest way is to do annual for only $21 on Patreon. It's the $2 level, but you save 12% if you do it annually, so it's only one payment a year for $21. And then the 99 cents on YouTube, because YouTube does not do annual. How do you add cartridges? You need to call support because I think that's the only way right now. Okay, you guys are ready for the winner, and then I have to get set up for the Zoom Hangout. Donna Loves does 99 cents on YouTube, but $15 on Patreon because she likes to get the pins. Now, the Design Space files are Design Space files. They're not SVGs. You just open them up in Design Space. Welcome, Multi Kings. Oh, multitasking mommy. I'm trying to read that over on the other monitor. Multitasking mommy. Okay. Oh, somebody asked about the sale. The sale ends on Tuesday. My code right now is giving a 20% off until the end of September. And free shipping. You have to have $50 in your cart. But if you have access, the sale right now is 40% off accessories and materials. And if you get $50 in your cart, you can use my code. That $50 is before the discounts. So you could put $50 in your cart and only spend $20. All right, you guys are waiting for Nightbot. Roll with it, Nightbot. We have a winner. And let me show you who that winner is. Congratulations, Stampin' and Stampin' with Donna Lee. You win $25. So contact me, let me know if you want that $25 through PayPal or Amazon gift card. Yes, I do try to save you money. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Next week, I don't know what class is on. If there's anything specific you want me to do a class on, I am more than willing to do that. just let me know, or we can do question and answer again. All right, guys, I'm going to see some of you in just a few minutes in the Crafty Hangout, or it's really called the Supporter Hangout. If I join at $15 today, will I be able to get the past pins? No. Once the pins are gone, they're gone. You can win the pins. I do, for the $5 one and up, so if you're above that, we do a monthly crop every month. It's on the 4th Tuesday of the month from 8 to 10. And I do some giveaways there. And if you win the giveaway, you can either get cash or you can choose a pin. So that is one way you can get past pins. Because I do have extras, but I don't sell them. You have to be a supporter. All right, guys. I'll see you in a few minutes. Bye.